Alright, we are here. We're going to record a standard 2-man with the black-green rock deck. We're playing against OVC. So we won the roll. We're going to play first. So this hand is a little bit off. We've got a 2-mana removal spell, but we don't have double black to cast it. However, if we draw a Swamp, an Urborg, a Temple, an Overgrown Tomb, just any black source, this hand is very good. We'll be able to play Read the Bones, Reaper, and Bileblight. So I'm going to keep this. Hopefully we'll draw a painless black source pretty soon. We're going to play Llanowar Wastes. And so just see what he is playing and if our hand is good against it. So he may be AFK right now. Okay. Looks like either Red Heroic or Rabble Red, Boss Sligh. So we're going to need, we didn't draw the second black. So we're in some trouble here. Reaper is very good against these decks, but it's not good enough to do the job by itself unless his draw is very poor. And Read the Bones is going to be pretty painful to cast. So this hand is really not good against this deck. Okay, so it looks like he doesn't have Madcap Skills or Ash Zealot. He may still have Rebel Belt Maca in hand. We'll have to try and play around that if we can. Really just hoping to draw black mana here. He's got a Denizen. We've got a Rakdos Cackler. So I don't know if he's playing around Bileblight on purpose or if he's just, that's the way his hand is turned out. But we're not going to get a 2-for-1. Yeah, so this is just really bad. So like we can play Forest, we can play Read the Bones, go to 17, 16, 15, 13. So I guess we're going to have to do that. We're just going to have to draw more black mana. So we don't want this. Abrupt Decay would normally be good, but we just need to draw black. And we did not draw black. If we don't hit black mana on the next turn, I'm probably just going to concede. I would rather just go into game 2 with him not knowing that we have Reaper of the Wilds. I don't want him to bring in anything like Harness by Force because we have big creatures. Yeah, we're just going to take a very... okay, so he's got 2 Titan Strengths. Yeah, so we're pretty much dead here anyway. There's really just nothing we can draw at this point. Luckily, our match against the red decks after sideboard is fairly good. They're very soft to Drown in Sorrow, which we have 4 of. Okay, just all the spells. So he's just playing out his entire hand, and we're not really doing anything. So we're just very dead. He's got 8, 12, 16 here, and then 3 extra. So we're going to go ahead and concede. Don't make him attack us. Gonna bring in all the Drown in Sorrows. Gonna bring in the Courser. I don't like Liliana's in this matchup. I don't like Erebos. Ancient Silverback is interesting. It's very good with the whip. It's a good way for us to win, but it is very expensive. Garrick is life gain, but again, he's very expensive. I think I am going to bring in the Garrick and the Hero's Downfall. We're going to cut these Thoughtseizes. Thoughtseize is okay against them, but they have a lot of redundancy. So it just doesn't do very much. So I can either bring in the Silverback, one of the Lilianas back in, or the Elixir. And I think I just want Silverback. They have a lot of reach, so we want to be able to close the game out quickly after we've dealt with all their guys with the Drown in Sorrow. so he's taking his time sideboarding. He really didn't see anything from our deck, just a lot of green mana, a little bit of black mana, and Read the Bones is all he saw. So it's going to be very hard for him to sideboard correctly, not knowing what we have. Okay, so we will play first. This hand is not keepable. This hand is slightly better. We've got a turn 2 Caryatid, turn 3 Courser. The Encroaching Waste may not be necessary. I played against Maze's End a couple times and it was really difficult. So I just put in the 1 Encroaching Waste to tutor for in that matchup. But it's not like that's really a common deck, so I may be able to take the Encroaching Waste out. So we have land, which is really what we wanted. Just get these defensive guys into play and then just try and hold out for our big spells. So he's got a Denizen. Denizen is fine. We'll probably be able to block it. If he keeps mana up and just attacks, we can't block because he's got Titan Strength and potentially Rebel Belt Maka. And I just really don't want to lose the Caryatid, even though I have the 3rd land to get the Courser into play. Okay, so he's just going to main phase the Titan Strength. That's interesting. I don't think that's correct. I don't really see a time when that would be the correct play. Because if he can get the Caryatid off the table, that's very good for him. Much better than just getting in some damage. Alright, so we hit a free land off the top. Unfortunately, there's another land under it, so we're not going to do anything next turn. Again, if he attacks with mana up, I'm not sure if I want to block. If he taps out, then I will definitely be blocking here if he swings in. He's got a Crusader. Crusader is not really something I'm super worried about. So I'm just going to take 2 damage here. Courser is going to gain me life back. It's just a very valuable resource to have in play in this matchup. It holds off his guys when he has his mana tapped down. At some point, he just has to use his spells. So there's the Drown in Sorrow, so we're doing very well. So we're going to play Overgrown Tomb. We're not going to pay life. We don't need the mana this turn. We're at a very comfortable 16 life. We just have to survive his next turn. And then we can Drown in Sorrow, and then we can play one of our heavy guys. So this match is going pretty well for us. He does have a lot of cards left in hand, so he'll be able to recover after the Drown in Sorrow, but it's just going to open us up a window to put a heavy hitter into play and then ride that to victory. We've just got both of these. It's just a lot for him to try and overcome. I may think about blocking with the Courser now if he has something just really threatening. Because again, I just want to survive this turn, play the Drown in Sorrow. Okay, so he's going to play Coordinated Assault. Okay. So like, let's think about what he could have. He could have a Rebel Belt Maka, that would just kill the Corso no matter what I blocked. He could have another Coordinated Assault or a Titan Strength, which would make me want to block the Soldier token, because if he has Coordinated Assault, this will kill the Courser without trading. If he has Titan Strength, this will kill the Courser without trading. I also have the option of blocking with Caryatid, but I'd prefer not to. I want to have as much green mana for the Silverback as possible. So right now we're taking 6 damage. He can do another 6 if he has 2 high value pump spells. I don't want to take 12. That would put me dead to Stoke the Flame. So I am going to block with the Courser And I think I'm going to block on the hero and just risk losing my Courser, because even if he can take the Courser out without losing the hero, the Drown in Sorrow is still going to kill the hero, even through a Titan Strength. It's possible I should have blocked the Caryatid on the Soldier. That's pretty low impact. It's not a lot of risk because he's going to want to kill the Courser more. Weapon Surge. Yeah, so I probably should have blocked with the Caryatid on the Soldier, but we're going to take a little bit of damage, not a ton. Just go down to 10. 10 is a decent life total. And that turn got 2 cards out of his hand, so now he's a lot less likely to be able to recover. Okay, so we've got another Courser on top even. That's great. So I'm going to play the Swamp, gain my life. We're going to attack with the Courser. Just get a little bit of damage in. And then we got to decide, do we want to play this Drown in Sorrow? It's not even a full 2-for-1 here, but barring a haste guy and a pump spell, he won't be able to get through the Caryatid. So our other option here is to play Ancient Silverback, which will die to Stoke the Flames if we block with it. Generally, I don't like that play, but because I have a Garruk left after that, even if he deals with the Silverback, I still have a strong threat to play. So we're just going to play the Silverback and block something this turn. We're still at a pretty healthy life total. We're not dead to like doubles, Stoke the Flames or Lightning Strike or anything like that. So we're just going to put Silverback in front of the Foundry Street Denizen. We may not even need this Drown in Sorrow this game, which is pretty unusual. But we had the land Courser Caryatid draw, which is just very good against their deck. And he main decked that Titan Strength, so he didn't even have a chance to get this out. Okay, so he's got Legion Loyalist. I don't think he can really... He thinks he can attack here. So what would he have? He might... So he's going to give his guys first strike. So let's say he has 2 Titan Strengths. I'm still going to be able to get all the cards out of his hand. And so he's okay. That's absolutely fine. Clicked through blockers, unfortunately. So now we may be dead. I guess no. We can attack, Drown in Sorrow, Courser, and then gain life. So we're pretty good here. And then we've got Bile-Blight on the top. So we're going to... How do we want to do this? We want to play Courser first so we can keep our Caryatid untapped. So let's play Courser. Let's play Llanowar Waste and gain 2 life. Let's play Drown in Sorrow. I think I want to keep this on top. So now we're only dead to double Lightning Strike plus a land. So he does not have that. Eidolon of the Great Revel is perfectly fine. We're going to play a 7-mana spell and kill that Eidolon. We're not worried about it. And then we've got a Hornet Queen for the rub-ins. So he actually has to block if we attack here. And then we can play Garruk and kill his other guy. So I think that's what we want to do. We're going to force him to block with one guy, kill the other guy, keep the Caryatid untapped, and we're looking very good. I'm not sure if he knows that we have Garruk. I don't think he does. If he knew that we had Garruk, that play would have been very bad. I guess we have to tap the Caryatid. So we're pretty good here. This looks like we're going to win this game. So the Encroaching Waste being colorless didn't really hurt us this game. I don't think we ever had to tap Llanowar Waste for colored mana. Just we had a temple and a caryatid. That gives us double of both colors. That's really all we need. So do we want to bring in anything against Eidolon? We can bring in Silence the Believers. That's a removal spell that can kill Eidolon without taking damage. I think one is enough. We could also bring in Reclamation Sage. We saw Eidolon, which is presumably a 4 of. We also saw Hammerhand. My guess would be he also has Madcap skills. I don't really think that that's better than any of these cards. I suppose it may be better than a Read the Bones. So let's try the Reclamation Sage out. So he's going to be on the play this game, so we will need... This hand is a little slow, especially with him on the play keeping 7 cards. Our mana is perfect here. We're not going to have any problems with mana this game. We've got a 3 and a 4 that are both strong blockers. So we really just need to think, how good do we think his draw is going to be, and how likely do we think we are to draw a 2 mana spell? We have 4 caryatids, 6 2 mana removal spells. And then Reclamation Sage is a strong 3 if he has Eidolon or a Hammerhand. If we go to 6 and it's a bad 6 and we mull to 5 with him on the play, we're just not going to win. I'm going to keep this and just hope that we draw a Bile-Blight or an Abrupt Decay, or a Caryatid would be enough. So he's got Fire Drinker Satyr. That's a pretty good guy. It's not his best guy. I would say that that would be the heroic guy. So we draw mana. We don't need it. Just going to F8. Yeah, so he's just doing all the main phase Titan strengths. This is actually fine because I'd rather take 3 one time than have him play something like a Rakdos Cackler and just get in for 2, 2, 2, 2. A Rakdos Cackler or another Satyr is potentially a lot more damage. So there's another Satyr. We're just going to take a good amount of damage. But see, he doesn't have a second land, so a lot of his cards are turned off. Just Ash Zealot, Madcap skills, Eidolon. He's just not going to be able to play them on time. He's just trading cards for damage here. So Legion Loyalist is fine. So we're going to play this Courser. We're going to be probably stabilize it around 10 life with 2 Coursers in play. So because he kept a 1-land hand, I think that double Courser is going to be enough to get us there. Unless he hits a land like right now and then another land next turn to just unload all of his cards. So he's got the land this turn. Let's see what he plays. Hammerhand. Hammerhand is a good one here. It's going to keep our Courser from blocking, get him in for another damage. So we're going to go to 8. Then what else does he have? Another Legion Loyalist. Okay, so we're actually in a little bit of trouble here. We're going to take a fair amount of damage this turn. But we are going to gain 2 life on this turn. And then we've got Reclamation Sage, which does have a target. It's probably the worst target, but it is going to do something. So we've got that. I'm going to play a Swamp here. I don't want to play Llanowar Waste and accidentally hurt myself. So we're up to 9. We've got 2 blockers against his 3 guys. We're not going to attack. We want to keep our guy back to block. So what would be really bad this turn would be like 2 more Hammerhands or a Hammerhand and a Stoke the Flames. Is this another main phase pump spell? Okay, so he does have the Madcap skills, so we're going to play the Reclamation Sage to get the Madcap skills. Hammerhand is fine because we'll still have 1 blocker up. So we're going to take 6 here, go to 3. At this point, I'd really just like to draw Whip of Erebos. I think if I draw Whip of Erebos, I can't lose this game. So these are going to be all first strikey and no tokens blocking. Okay, declare attacker step. is it not? Choose blockers. We're going to block here. We're going to get a 2-for-1. We're going to hit him for 2 damage. We're going to turn off Battalion. I really wish this was a Bile Blight. Bile Blight would kill both his loyalists, and then I don't think we could really lose the game after that. With him on 1 card. So draw the Sage. Read the Bones is not great. So we're going to go up to 5 life here. Going to play Reclamation Sage. Kill the Madcap skills. So I'm trying to think what would be the last card in his hand. Stoke the Flames is probably the best thing he could have, but that doesn't even kill us. And then next turn we're going to play either Reaper or Hero's Downfall. This Read the Bones is probably not going to do anything this game. Okay, so he's got another Madcap skills. That's absolutely fine. So we're just going to block all over the place here. So 1 here, 2 here. We're going to lose a Courser. We're going to clear his board unless he has a trick. And even if he has Rebel Belt Maka, this is still going to die. Fine. So we're going to lose both of our coursers. He's not going to lose this guy. We do have Hero's Downfall. So we keep Reclamation Sage so we can block here. So here's Llanowar Wastes. So we got to decide what we want to do. We can play Reaper or Hero's Downfall. We're short on both. So if he plays Madcap skills, that makes this a 5. I think what I want to do is play Reaper with mana up to give it hexproof. And then I need to decide if I want to attack here. If he has Madcap skills and I attack, then I'm just dead. I don't think I can attack. He doesn't have anything. He has to draw it off the top. But it's just a possibility, and I want to play around it. Like I said, Whip of Erebos is a very good draw here. Just gives me 6 points of life gain immediately, and then Recourse Coursers. So we can still lose this game. We're at a very low life total, so we've stabilized pretty much. Okay, so he just doesn't want to keep playing. So that is the match. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.